We're going live. We are live. The May 23rd, 2014 Small Business Accounting Advisors. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi. Hello, hello, hello.
And Bruce, you are setting up a new network. Is this all brand spanking new?
It is.
And this is Windows and not Mac.
Yes, it is.
What happened?
Well, as my business name suggests, I'm a tax preparer, and the software that I use for tax work does not support Mac.
Ah.
Even if I was to split it out and run Windows on a Mac, because Macs actually run Windows better than IBM computers. But anyway, that's another story. They still will not support it because it's on a Mac machine.
Got it. So you have no choice, and you put everything, you've got your server up and running, and it is updated, and now you're having problems with your workstations, saying that they need 85 updates.
Yeah. I've moved all of my tax software. We're talking 14 years worth of tax software, all onto the server. I moved all the clients, all the tax returns, all the documents. Everything is now on the server. So I went to my very first client just so I could have this one machine to practice on. You know, if it blows up, I don't really care. And I go to start it, and the software opens up, and it tells me I need updates. So I shut it all down because I don't want to update it from the client computer. Went to the server, checked for updates. It's updated. The software says it's all up to date. Go back to the client, and now it has almost 20 more files it wants to update.
And so I think Larry's question was a valid one. Did you shut down the server and the workstations, bring up the server first and then the workstations?
No.
There you go.
You should.
Not like that.
You should. I bet that'll make a huge,
Oh, yeah. Oh,
huge difference.
Silence. Okay.
I'm thinking. I'm trying to.
Put it together in your mind?
Well, I'm trying to figure out how that makes a difference.
Because your workstation has Windows on it too, and that probably is what needs to be updated. Even though you're using your tax software, there are Windows components inside that tax software that it uses, especially like PDF drivers, printer drivers, kind of thing.
Oh,
Security
so
patches.
My server
blah,
is the Windows 2012 R2 version,
I understand.
and my workstations are Windows 7 Pro.
Okay.
So what you're telling me is my workstations are going to be needing extra files other than what the server needs.
Correct.
maybe. Maybe not.
But
I mean, if all of your workstations are actually feeding off of the server, it would make sense to shut everything off, start the server first. Once the server is up and running, each desktop will then pull in whatever information it needs from the server.
think of your connection, your communication between your workstation and your server as sort of like the browser. You know, sometimes you get messed up with the browsers because they need to refresh their cache.
Right.
And you have to clear the cache. So I'm not saying for sure this is it, but it would be worth a try.
Yeah.
Shut down all the machines, then bring up the server,
Then one by one.
then bring up, you know, your workstations.
Oh, rock on.
Yeah, that would make sense because the workstation would look to the server, right, for updates or whatever.
Absolutely. And let your server completely come up first.
Yep.
It'll take a couple minutes.
Yeah. So don't do anything until the server is completely up and running. Then add each machine.
Yeah,
and
one
let it go.
machine at a time.
machine at a time.
Boot it up, let it recycle, let it connect off to the server.
Yep.
And the next time you talk to your tech dude, you tell him you hung up on him just in time because your hangout folks got your problem solved.
If it works, I will say that exact same thing.
Very well might.
And if they don't believe me, I'll say, talk to the dragon.
That's right.
That's right.
Exactly. That's perfect.
Talk to the dragon.
Thank you, Larry. I will try that tomorrow.
Not up for it tonight.
No, it's been a long. I've been working on this since. Let's see, the server got here last Friday, and I started messing with it Wednesday morning. And I just got the server set with all of its crazy updates that it needed to have.
Mm-hmm.
And then getting all the tax software installed, and then moving all the files so that it had all the files. That took almost 2 days.
I believe it did. Did you actually install 14 years worth of tax software 1 year after another? Can I ask you why, sir, you would want to do that? Do you
Yeah, I'm kind of curious myself. I could have some
accept
exposure.
tax returns?
It's a glutton for punishment.
Well, wouldn't you have some exposure? I mean, IRS might, wouldn't expect you to have the tax returns, but if you do, then they'd be glad to take
The
it.
software is there for open clients.
Whoa!
Open clients from 14 years ago?
People are having to do returns for that far back.
Wow.
Holy crap.
You are charging.
Now, granted, 2004 and 3 only have one person in them, but I have to have the software.
Right.
I have 10 years worth of tax software on my computer.
But my idea is after first of all, how far back do you really want to prepare software? Some accountants will only take it back 5 years and that's it, or 7 years.
I would say 7.
Right. 14 is a long time, and really, are there people that want to file returns from that long ago?
There are some people who are.
Send them to somebody else. Do you charge a premium, I hope?
Oh boy.
Boy, howdy.
Right.
And those you get up front.
I am the only one in this area that goes that far back.
Okay.
Well, I'm not surprised.
Me too. I do the same thing.
But I want to say I'm surprised that that software installs on your new machine.
The software I use is fantastic.
Because you've got a new Windows 7 machine, but back then, my gosh, what was it? It was Vista?
Back in the 2002 version is funny. And I just downloaded that just to see if it would work. But anyway, it's when you open it, it's half DOS, half Windows. It's really ugly looking.
Wow, that's awesome. That's cool. So the second technical thing that happened this week was Linda gave us, she shared a little video on how to add the Chrome Hangout extension. Did you do that, Linda?
I did. It really made it a lot easier for me because I've been doing Hangouts a lot with my landmark classes, and we're starting a new social media Toastmasters club, and we're going to have the speaker come, and the speaker is actually going to be 60 miles away, and they're going to speak to us in the club meeting as a part of Google Hangout.
Boy, wow, you are the queen of tech.
That'd be interesting.
Well, I just follow my mentors here.
That's awesome, Linda. Actually, that is really awesome.
I'll have to propose that to
I
our
just
Toastmaster club.
remember, Gina, in the beginning when I found this, I think I found it in July of July of 2012, and I asked you, why you started it, and you said, well, I started it because I think I need to know how to use this technology. And I thought, oh, that's really great. And I never thought we'd really get to know each other, but we really have. I kind of feel like I know you people when I see you at the conferences and that. I know the people, you know, and so it's really kind of neat.
Well, the nice thing is you get to meet people you would never have an opportunity to meet.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Well, you know, and not only that, I mean, you get to spend time with people.
Right.
That you, I mean, the conferences are just
Crazy.
insane.
Crazy.
You know, you see somebody, you say, hey, hug, how are you?
Right.
No, I'm off to a session. I'll catch up with you later. And you know, later doesn't happen.
I know.
Right. We have Wendy here. Wendy made it today.
So.
She's saying hi, everyone.
Hi, Wendy.
Hey, Wendy.
That's okay.
She'll have to go back and watch the first 10 minutes to see what I've been up to.
Yeah, we can talk about Bruce and how when he installed the software on his server, he didn't reboot all the different machines in his office and then turn them on one by one. So.
Yeah, I would know. I know enough just to be dangerous. I wouldn't do that myself. I've learned through experience not to do that.
I hate networks. I really do. We don't have a server in our office, and I refuse.
Network, yeah.
We just, you know, we have folders that we share with one another, and that's it. I mean, and then I get cranky. You know, I mean.
Well, speaking of folder sharing, that Qbox.
Hey, Nancy, when you get cranky, all you have to do is go outside and look at your new bird bath.
Yeah, isn't that just the coolest thing? I love that.
So amazing.
Beautiful, colorful, works in your garden perfectly.
And the best thing is, it's mobile.
What does that mean? Oh, you can move it around?
Yeah, it sits on a post that has 3 little legs off the bottom of it, and you can literally pick it up and move it around. So as the peonies get bigger and start crowding things out, I can move it somewhere where there's an open spot.
Nice.
Well, then hopefully the cats won't attack the birds and start killing them on your bird.
Marvy is an early morning and nighttime prowler. He is not too keen on being out during the middle of the day, and I think it's because he's got so much fur.
Yes, hot for him, yeah.
Well, did you see the picture that I posted of him where I caught him in mid-yawn underneath the daffodils? It was like, oh my God. I could not have planned that. I mean, that was totally by accident.
All right. Well, we used to always put bells on our cats. So when the cats moved around in the garden, the birds and the squirrels knew where the cats were because of the bell. Is that a flower?
That is a peony tulip.
Wow, I love that color.
It's a cross between a peony and a tulip.
And they come from Brex. And when I first ordered them 4 or 5 years ago, there was this yellow-orange and some really pretty, like, fuchsia-colored ones. Mm-hmm. And, oh, my God, I went to Brex the other day to get the link for Jesse and Jennifer at T-Sheets, and, oh, my God, they have more colors!
Oh, wow! All right.
Look, I have room for any more out there, but we'll see. Okay. Maybe I'll have to start a new garden. Oh, God, Ben will shoot me.
Okay.
So, Linda, would you like to talk about Square?
I can do that. I can do.
Where's the credit card reader?
I had been paying Intuit $9.95 a month since 2009.
Linda, that comes with your Pro Advisor. You're a Pro Advisor, aren't you?
I've been a Pro Advisor since 2007. But I don't know what happened when I signed up for the Intuit Merchant Services.
Again, a strike
It was
against
supposedly reduced to $9.95 a month, and when I called her to cancel it, she said, "Oh no, there's no charge for it to Pro Advisors." I said, "Well, I've been paying for it since 2009," and she said, "Oh, well, we'll refund your money for the last year." So I got like $120 back for the last.
I'm amazed. I'm amazed that you got the money back. I
was really thrilled, but they wanted me to continue, and I said no, because it doesn't make any sense. Even if it's free, you're then losing money. I'm taking $1,000 all year long on credit cards, and it would be costing you some money. That's silly. So what I did was I went online, and it's let's try to see. Oh, it's called SquareUp.com.
See, this was part of my problem. I had a problem with Intuit Merchant Services. They blew my account up entirely. It's lost somewhere to a fake QBO account called Fixer.
Right. So it comes in this little thing. You open this up, and there's my little square. Right. So I take the little square out. It's all real simple. You do it all online. So I have the little square. So then I come over here and I want to put it on my phone. Well, I've got a case on my phone. So I go, okay, well, I'll take the outer case off. Now, the case I have is an OtterBox case, which is probably one of the, like, the super cases of all times. So you try to put this in, and it looks like it goes in, but believe it or not, it's not all the way in. So you take a card. Again, nothing like getting a card here. I'm going to get a fake card rather than a real card. So you take a card. The other thing is there's a fat side and a skinny side. And the fat side, I'm pretty sure the fat side goes to the back, and you just run the card through there. Well, it wasn't working, and it wasn't working. So she said, well, when you put it in, does it snap in place? And I said, I don't know.
And who is she at this point? Did you have customer support?
I did. I finally called them on the phone. On the other end.
Where did you get a number to call them? Because I had no number to call.
I thought I got it from the, here, hold on, let me type something for you.
Okay, because I will use that.
If I didn't get it any other way, I always get it that way.
Wow.
GetHuman.com. That is an awesome website. That tells you.
That little secret is worth this hangout all day long.
Oh my God, it's an amazing thing, and you search for the company you want to call, and it will list all the numbers. It will tell you which number to call, the order in which to call the numbers, how long you're going to have to wait on hold, or whether you're going to, then they say if you type in, once you get in there, if you give them your number, they'll call you back. It gives you everything you need to get a real human being. So really, that's worth a lot of money.
Awesome. Thank you very much for that, Linda.
What I finally did with my little phone here is I realized I needed to twist this so I could push it.
Oh, I see those little nubs on your phone. That's keeping it from going all the way.
Yeah, it wouldn't go down. So when I go like this, it's finally goes down far enough to snap in place. And this is probably the worst case you'll have, is the OtterBox case. Why is this not? There we go. The OtterBox case. It's a very hard case.
Right.
Okay? And but you can drop it onto concrete and it won't break. So when you do that, then it works. But when I called the lady on the phone, it took like 20 minutes, and she never suggested it might be my case. And I said, well, do you think that the case I have it in
Oh,
Wow, that's smart, huh?
So anyway,
she's going to share that secret with her radio show tomorrow.
who, Stacy?
Wendy said that.
Okay, great. So then I just take it out. I put my case back on. I like to keep it in here. I'm afraid, knowing me, so I put it back into my little case. I put it here, and then, and I'm sure most accountants have this, I have my little bank bag, okay? And it fits perfect in the bank bag where I keep all my checking account stuff and everything like that, because I handle all these different checking accounts and checkbooks, and so I keep everything together.
Good.
And I don't have any trouble then calling on the phone if I can't get help, if I can't do it online. Online you can do some things, but...
Well, let me tell you about my Square online experience.
Oh, sure!
My client that I've had problems with the Intuit Merchant service, they called Intuit Merchant and just flat out canceled it, told them, you guys are jerking me around. It's been a month and a half. I was, I was approved that long ago and still can't get attached to my account. Just close it. So we decide we're going to go to Square. We go online to Square, and I'm looking all over the place to see where you can download the app so that you can use it on your computer, not necessarily on your phone.
Right.
I didn't see any way of doing that.
Oh.
Really?
Maybe you can. I've heard other people say you can. I'm still researching that. I could not find that. So we had these credit cards that we wanted to pay. So we set up the account, and the first thing that happens is you're redirected to a web account called Square Up.
Yes.
I read these things, and it makes me nervous. When I have Square, I want to see Square. Square Up, for all I know, has been something that's taken over.
That's right, a phishing scam.
Sounds like a phishing scam to me, right? Okay, well, I get over that, and we're fine with that. And we set up the account, we get the account, and then it gives us the instructions to set it up on the phone. And this is not an Android phone, this is an iPhone. I am so ignorant, it's a shame.
I don't feel bad.
So we set it up on the iPhone, and we find it in the store, and we start downloading it. And I get a message that says, Register wants to use your microphone. Will you allow it? I don't know who Register is, and I don't know why it needs to use the microphone. No, you can't use it. So we get it installed, and we try and use it, and it says, Register is not allowed to use the microphone, so you have to go to settings now so we can make this work. Register was apparently part of Square. Again, I'm confused. I wanted to download Square.
Why would they need your microphone?
And why do they need my microphone? So you
can hear voices.
And again, I am not familiar with the iPhone, but there's a boy in the office that's about 25 or 26, and I call him over, and I'm like, I want to go back. How do I go back to where I was? And he takes the phone from me, and he clears away everything, and we move on. Later on, this young boy comes up to me, and he looks at me, and he picks up my calculator. He says, see that C there? What does that mean? I don't know. It means clear. Well, on an iPhone, when you see the big red C, that's what it means. Oh, sorry. I missed the memo.
I'm not 20-something.
Okay, So we finally are able to, and at that point, we didn't have our little add-on piece. We were doing it manually. We did figure out how to do it manually. We did make it work and all of that kind of stuff. And I went back online because I wanted to know, can I just download it on my computer, or do I really need to use it on a mobile device, whether it's an iPhone or a tablet or something? Can I use it on my computer? Because I'm seeing these ads that say Square integrates with QuickBooks. I
How
want
would
to know
you-
more about that.
How do you get the information in on the computer? I mean, you type it in, or is it
You
You
would
don't have-
key it in, yes.
you don't have a little port you swipe it? I mean, or you don't have or do you have a card reader you swipe or something on the computer?
Well, I imagine you would just key it in on the computer. I know you can do that with QuickBooks Merchant Service. You can use the swiper or not, you know, and many merchant services are like that. So online, I'm back online, and I'm back at the Square Up, which, you know, okay, I'm over all of that. And I'm trying to find out how to contact them. How do you get a hold of customer service? No number listed anywhere. So thank you very much, Linda, for that little gethuman.com.
Yeah, oh, by the way, Square Register. See, this is the Square. The little white thing is the Square Reader.
Oh, okay.
Go to their squareup.com, which is not a phishing site. I know, it confused me too, but I didn't see any. It seemed to be written in pretty decent English, which is my giveaway that the Chinese have written it. You know, people.
As opposed to the Nigerians? Or
So the Reader is the little white thing that plugs in the phone. The Square Register is the name of the free app that works with Square Reader, and it looks like that. And if you go to, and you just punch in how much the money is if you want to charge. If I want to charge $80, oh, there you go. I just punched in $380, and then you have to plug in the Square and run it, and it automatically works.
Right.
But, Square Register's a free app, so it has a Square Reader and the Square Register.
At the time I was installing it, I had no idea. But anyway, I'm back to the website, and I want to know how Square integrates with QuickBooks. So all I got is email. So I type in an email, and I say, I want to learn more about how Square works with QuickBooks, and can it work on the computer and not a mobile device?
Right.
So like a couple hours later, I get an answer back, and it throws me to the Intuit site. I know, right? Been on that site. And it goes to a knowledge article that's from 2009 or something like that.
Whoa, that's real recent.
Real recent, and I'm thinking, oh wow, okay. So I click on it, and from Intuit it says QuickBooks now integrates with Square. Which QuickBooks? Are we talking QuickBooks Online? Or are we talking QuickBooks Desktop?
Yeah.
Very different, you know? From 2009, I'm assuming they're talking about the desktop. I want the online. So I write back to her, thank you very much for sending me the link. Which QuickBooks does Square integrate with? The answer I get back is, I only know QuickBooks software.
Wow.
Okay, here's something that I heard through the grapevine, and that is Intuit bought Square.
Oh God.
Oh,
Wow.
And I heard that from a very reliable source. She used Square for her husband's gun business. Okay, he would go do gun shows, and he would actually sell guns and product, and they used Square, and everything
everyone that
was
I talk to
cool.
says it works wonderfully that way.
And then and I mean they had done like 4 or 5 very big gun shows, and they had run a lot of money through Square. 4 days after, 5 days after the last show that they did, she gets a cancellation notice. And and it was, and I swear, I would have to get hold of her, but I swear she said Intuit bought Square, and Intuit has changed the business types that it will work with, and gun dealers is not one of them.
Oh, they kicked her off because of the type of business.
Yep.
Wow. Wow.
And I'm putting in the chat who.
I can guess. Does it start with R?
Yes.
And she knows her business. This is a girlfriend that knows her way around.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna play dumb here.
Okay. Bruce has kept his mouth shut because he wants to tell us about Macs and iPhones. He's laughing at me.
No. I've heard of Square, but I never really looked into it. So how does it process the card and you get your money and fees and?
Well, it's kind of like PayPal, isn't it? I mean, it's just a flat rate, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's an as-you-go kind of thing, and that was the reason why we chose it, because it's...
So it's something like PayPal.
Well, I'd heard that
Yes.
Square didn't have a secure.
No, it's not. It's not like PayPal in that you have to tell PayPal after the money gets into PayPal that you want the money. That's not what happens here. If you run the card by like 2 in the afternoon, the money's in your bank the next day.
Wasn't
And
it?
it is that quick. It did work like
It
that.
really is that quick. It's like a pass-through, and they take a small percentage.
Well,
It
I heard that Square wasn't secured as far as if you were doing it like in a coffee shop or something like that, or.
Well, I don't do it in a coffee shop.
But I mean, I was talking to someone that would. This was like a couple of years ago. I don't know if they fixed it or not, but initially that it was pretty risky doing it, in a public place because, it wasn't necessarily a secured connection. Now I don't know if they fixed that or not.
I would think it would be about as secure as the Intuit Go payment, honestly.
Yeah.
Well, I think the issue is with the coffee houses. So if they're unsecured with the Wi-Fi, I guess that's the issue. But then,
But isn't it? It's done through your phone. It's not
right,
through.
if you have your data up, that it's more secure with your data. But if you're doing Wi-Fi on your phone, if your phone's set up to just do Wi-Fi, it may be less secure as opposed to your data.
Well, I found those things. The card readers are kind of flaky. I mean, they're very sensitive. I mean, it seems like it takes forever to get it to work sometimes. Have you found that?
I got to make sure that it's all the way plugged in, and I have heard issues with the first little square thing about the
It has to
that goes
snap
in,
in.
it doesn't go in all the way sometimes.
But that's common.
Well, another thing with PayPal, don't they give a credit card now instead of having it straight to your bank? Like you said,
They
Linda.
do it both ways. They do it both ways. You're laughing. There is a PayPal credit card, and there is a PayPal account.
Yeah, like the debit thing. Yeah, okay.
Right.
Okay. Because I actually have all of them.
2.75% per swipe.
Well, who are you quoting?
The Square Up website.
No, it's right off their website. That's true. I
That's
got
the cheapest one, isn't it?
160, and they deposited 155.60 the next day.
Yeah, I mean, and the next day deposit's nice too. I don't know many of the merchant services that do it the next day. A lot of them take 3 and 4. If you're American Express, it's closer to 4 or 5 days.
Oh, yeah, it is. That's true.
Actually, American Express just effective, I think, either this month or next month. They're doing 24 hours.
Oh, good.
That's something new.
Yeah, it is. They're moving up in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, but my God, American Express rapes you on fees.
Yeah.
I don't take American Express.
I mean, we do, and I just got that letter saying, you know, I think it's like 1st of June that they're going to get the money to us quicker. But good Lord,
No.
fees are absolutely astronomical.
I don't know. I don't know how I lucked out, but I don't have any fees. I don't have any monthly fees. The only thing I get charged is the percentage and then 15 cents.
I was getting charged $7.95 a month when I was at Merchant Services that had American Express. It was just a flat $7.95 a month plus.
Oh, I called them and I told them I don't want to pay that, so they took it off.
Wow.
Well, you're
I think
cool,
it
Misha.
depends on what your volume is.
I mean, I do a pretty low volume when it comes to American Express, but still, I was like, hey, I'm not paying that for $7.95. That don't make no sense.
I don't like American Express. I won't have American Express card, so I won't take American Express.
I don't take them. I think they rape everybody.
Was it hard to reconcile the banks with them? I mean, the way they, you know, the deposits come up?
Well, actually,
They now take their fees once a month. They don't take it by batch anymore.
Oh.
That used to drive me nuts.
Yeah.
yeah.
That was a horror show to
Yes,
try and reconcile.
absolutely. Absolutely. I think Sarah has a worksheet for that, though.
Yeah, I actually asked them to take my fees out before they deposited my money.
Right.
That makes
So
it tough to reconcile.
Yeah, it's so much easier because I know exactly how much is going to come out, and I can easily reconcile it, no problem. So
Okay.
it's like it comes out with that transaction. So
So Bruce put the SquareUp.com pricing link.
Mm-hmm.
They charge you more for manual entry.
Every credit card does.
Yeah, they do.
Every credit card does. The place that I was dealing with deals with Medicare, and there are patient co-pays. So they wanted the credit card for the copay.
Hey, Linda, did you see the Square stand that they have?
You mean stand?
They got a stand. On that pricing page, scroll down about halfway. A little further than
Does
halfway.
it say anywhere on there where it and how it works with QuickBooks?
That's what I'm looking for, Gina, and there's nothing.
See, exactly. And look for a phone number to talk to someone.
I think that it works with QuickBooks if we tell you how to set it up. It works like anything works with QuickBooks.
Got a
When
point of
money
sale
goes
app.
into the bank account, you deposit it in the bank, and then you subtract out your fees. Hello. I don't know.
I want to swipe it so that I can attach it to an invoice and
I don't
deposit
think
it.
so.
Not going to let me do it, huh?
I don't think so.
The other option was, they do have a Bill.com account, was to use Bill.com. But with Bill.com, you actually have to create an invoice every time. With Square, you can just swipe it, and it goes right into your account. It will ask you for name and email address. I don't think it even asks for regular address, mailing address.
You
What
get
about
hold of my friend.
Uh-oh.
Nancy, we're losing you. What happened?
Yeah.
I'm rocking. I wonder if that did it.
Yeah, you're rocking. You got to stop your rocking.
I'm a rockin'. Get hold of Roxanne and ask her.
There you go.
Do you have her email?
I do. I
Okay.
do. We should have her come on the show and talk to us about that.
the problem with that is most of her client remotes are late in the afternoon.
Ah, okay. Maybe we'll get lucky one day and somebody will cancel or reschedule and she'll have the time open.
Right.
Hey, Linda. Hey, Linda.
Yes.
If I plug that square in my laptop, will it work?
Do you have a port
This is
in your
cool.
laptop to plug it?
If I got a what?
A port to plug it in.
Like
Well,
the phone,
Plug into my laptop.
like the headphone plug?
It kind of looks like it might work on a headphone, but I don't know. Let me see if.
I don't think so, because when I was downloading or looking for downloads to put the app on the phone, it gave me the devices it worked with, and laptop was not shown.
Mm.
So you can't download the app to a laptop and make it work.
So you gotta
It's not
have,
that the thing-
Oh, see, I have it. Huh.
you
Gina,
gotta have an app to use the square.
Right.
I've found your answer, Gina.
Oh. Is it in the link that you just put up?
The one I just put up. There's two. I put up two links. The bottom one.
Bottom one. Okay, there's Square for POS system.
No, the bottom.
The other one, okay. Oh, got it.
Oh, wow.
Try
Huh, it even knows the two different QuickBooks.
Wow, it does work with online. Okay.
Desktop and online.
So we'll see if we can try and figure out how to get those attached to each other, because that's what they're using online. And I'm real leery of support, because they told me that's the only QuickBooks they know.
Well,
Don't call her.
Wow.
Okay, to be continued. We'll see how this works.
okay.
We'll see if we can get this situated.
It also works with Zero.
Cool.
Oh, I think it'll work with a lot of things, maybe.
Oh, really?
Hold
Dennis,
on.
this last one's for you, man.
You gotta go. Let's see here. Here we go. Huh?
So while you're looking at that, Linda, I'm going to go to Wendy. Wendy, can you talk? Are you at a point where you can talk to us and tell us about your radio show a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, I'm done playing with Square. Wendy, you're up. Come on. You're in show business. You gotta know your
She's
cues.
muted. She needs to unmute herself.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's happening in her office. She might have something. She might
You
have
might have a
there
phone
or
call going on
whatever.
or something.
Hey, type her in the chat. Call her out in the chat box.
There we go. Wendy.
Wendy, all
No,
caps.
Wendy.
Scream at her in all caps.
Square looks kind of cool.
Oh,
Yeah. All the reviews are negative. I don't know what.
Where are you looking at, Miss Christina?
At the Intuit App Center.
Oh, you're looking in
Now,
Intuit.
I'm doing the desktop version. You guys are on QBO
Okay.
desktop because I don't know. For me, what I do, it's better to be on desktop.
Well, I have both. I'm trying to get more towards the online, although heaven knows why I'm doing that.
because QuickBooks is pushing you that way.
They are.
You see where QuickBooks Online is going to convert everybody by June 23rd or something like that?
The new QuickBooks is gonna be for everybody, but is that what you're saying?
Yeah, one of my clients is using the old version, and basically you can convert now if you want, or if you don't want, you're going to have to convert. I think it's like June. I think it was like the 23rd, but sometime late in June.
The new version has some issues. The issues are if you've got the bank downloads turned on, the information coming from the bank is not complete, so it's not matching and the rules are not working.
Oh, good
So
Lord.
even though you go in there and you change to what you want, you go on to the next transaction, put it to the account that you want, you close, go out of it, it switches it back to what it originally downloaded from the bank.
Okay, I do want to know why you're leaning more towards QBO.
Well, I thought it was me. I thought it was me last week when I saw that happen.
Wendy's
Because I
back.
went to
Wendy's
the
back.
transaction. I look at reports when I'm done, and I'm like, this is not right. And I go in it, and I see the transaction that I changed. It's changed back to the original how it downloaded. I thought it was me. Did I not save? Did I go out of it too quick? Moved on. I think I did mention it during the hangout last week.
And here's
I
Wendy.
talked to someone else, and they're having this. They couldn't believe it either. They're having the same problem too. So
Did you
I
call
am so
support?
glad I don't do anything with QBO. I have enough issues during my short days.
remembering what you did, and oh my gosh! And once you change a transaction, you expect it to stay there.
The problem is you can't bill the customer twice, right?
You're right, and that's what you're doing. Twice the work. That's exactly what you're doing.
Okay, Wendy's back.
Wendy, can you talk to us?
Mm.
I see you're not muted, but we don't hear anything.
Oh, come on.
Oh, now
Yep.
she's
Back to
muted.
muted again. I had to click on this link because she gave us the telephone number for Square Up.
Now she's muted again.
Gina, until you guys get Wendy on the line, I have a situation I think I might
Okay.
need some help with.
Uh-oh, a situation that sounds serious.
What you talked about?
Major
Yeah.
situation.
Uh-oh.
Well, okay, so I have this client, and they do work in Canada.
Mhm.
They have a Canadian client, and they have Canadian contractors, but they're a U.S. firm. They told me that they're registered, they're a Canadian entity. Would I need QuickBooks Canada to do that?
Or the currency.
Yeah, like, can I just use a regular QuickBooks and just track everything in Canadian dollars, but leave it, I have no idea. I'm so confused.
But you could do that.
Because it's just one client, but it's a really big client. And because she has to track this thing called HST for Canada, it's been screwing up her U.S. everything.
I'm sure it is.
Decided to pull out all
yeah.
the Canadian stuff from we're going to have two QuickBooks files. We're going to manage the Canadian client in one and then manage her U.S. clients in another.
And that, I think, is an excellent idea, pulling all those Canadian transactions out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
U.S. company, I would think that they would want to deal in U.S. dollars and let the banks do the conversions.
They're going to have to open the bank she has does not do foreign currency.
Then maybe it's time to get a new bank.
No, but that's the thing. She's going to get a separate bank account at a bank that does foreign currency.
Perfect.
Just with this, so everything will be tracked in that separate QuickBooks file. The contractors that are Canadian,
Sure.
the company that's Canadian, and the projects that's Canadian. It's all going to be separate. But
Now,
I'm
does she
thinking-
need VAT and GST as well?
Say that again?
Does she need to track VAT and GST as well?
Not that I'm aware of. I think
They're
it's just
different rates of
HST.
taxes, and she probably does, which may be the reason you want to really consider going with QuickBooks, the Canadian version, because it'll
For that,
have the
yeah,
setup
for
all
that
of
entire thing.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, because I mean, we're really close to the border here. I mean, I don't deal with anybody who crosses the line.
Mm-hmm.
I just go up there like once or twice a year and get berries. Um,
What kind of
but
variance?
our CPA here in town, she does books for a lot of the local businesses, and one of the first things that she asked us when we went to talk to her was, do we sell or do business at all in Canada? And I said, God, no. She said, oh, good. She said, because, you know, the whole VAT, GST, HVT, whatever the heck it was that you said, all of those taxes are just absolutely, they're whacked. I mean, we all think the stuff that we deal with here as U.S. citizens is bad enough. That Canadian stuff is horrible.
Yeah. I mean, I think, and again, the U.S. CPA is going to connect with the Canadian CPA and try to figure out what he needs, and then we're going to just make sure both of them get what they need. So I'm working with her CPA to kind of get everything laid out the way he needs it, and we need to figure out this Canadian thing. The only problem is that there's income that's commingled for Canada for 2014 from January to now that I need to figure out how to track and make sure that the currency conversions are correct and her bank account reconciles, because she's just using one bank account right now. So for example, she'll have she gets paid, I think she bills in Canadian, but then I think she gets paid in US. So it's throwing everything off.
Right, absolutely. So
she had QuickBooks for Mac, and she couldn't track multi-currency.
Right.
So that's why we moved to QuickBooks PC so that she can.
Well, the first step is separating everything. I think you're right on there. And then where you go from there. You may be okay with the U.S. version and the currencies if you have that Canadian CPA to help you with all of the taxes that are required.
Right, yeah. This Canadian CPA, this is just trying to track the data to just make sure that she's recording her income and her expenses and stuff. And then the Canadian CPA is going to work with the U.S. CPA to kind of decide, okay, exactly what numbers we need. He's going to deal with what taxes need to be paid and all of that stuff.
And when, and the deadlines and all that.
Exactly. So this is more just making sure that they have the right data to be able to do what they need to do. But now I just have to figure out how do I reconcile the bank statements when I separate these two QuickBooks files. How do I reconcile the bank statements so that it's balanced on the U.S. side and it shows up on the Canadian QuickBooks file? That's my dilemma.
You're going to have to figure out how much of that income that came in so far in 2014 is in that commingled account, and then just take that money and deposit to the Canadian.
Okay.
Write a check and put it in the Canadian bank account.
Okay.
Wendy, do we have you now?
Hear me now?
Yay!
Hear me now?
Hey, Wendy.
Hey, it's finally working.
Yay. I'm going to try and increase your volume a little bit. You're a little bit light there.
Yeah, this I have this new headset system that I have to use for the radio show, and I'm getting used to how it all works. So I'm learning new technology. Ha 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 ha.
That's always fun, right?
It's fun. It's been quite a fun thing. I did my radio show on Saturday. It's every Saturday at 10 a.m. and my daughter called me just right after and was laughing at me because she said she could hear me hit the microphone with my hand or turn around and pull on the ear thing across the microphone. So it's been really a lot of fun.
What kind of radio show is it?
I'm learning new things. I am doing a show taking the fear out of your finances and putting the fun back into your money.
Oh, okay.
I'm giving people some tips and different things they can do to help save money, track money, etc. I am going to be having guest speakers So probably most of you will get a call from me at some point to be a guest speaker on my radio show, because I want to start really being able to help people, and it's a real neat plug because I've been getting calls from, I got a call from New York. I'm going to be speaking in New York in August, and another call from somebody in Texas, so it's been really kind of cool. So I want to include some of my friends and other people because you guys all have great information that I don't have. We'll share.
Thank you, Wendy.
That sounds like fun.
I got to hear you. I listened to you. I was one of your listeners on Saturday.
Yay! Thank you.
It is fun. It is a fun show. I have a hard time because I enjoy things that like my other friends don't really enjoy. I love these hangouts, and they look at me like, "You're weird." You know?
I know.
Me too, Gina. Me too.
Ben says to me, blank, blank, don't you get enough of this blank at work all day long? Blank, blank.
So Wendy, how do we listen to your show?
Yeah, put a link in the chat. Do you know how to do that? And I will put it on the, I'll add it to the description when we're done with the hangout today.
Yeah.
Are they recorded so you can listen later? It's a podcast.
Yeah, they're all archived.
Linda, you'll have to wake up really early because she's on the East Coast.
7 a.m., right?
Not on a Saturday.
On a Saturday.
Oh, no.
Did you hear her mention that they're recorded so you can go back and listen to them?
I heard that.
They're the Blog Talk Radio. So she has her own.
Yeah, it's on Blog Talk Radio.
I'm losing
It's
you.
on Blog Talk Radio.
Uh-oh.
And it's on Blog Talk Radio, the Angel Radio Network. And in fact, I think I just did the Blog Talk instead of mine. Let me relink it.
Okay.
Okay.
Awesome.
And that was the link.
So tell us how you got hooked up doing this.
It was actually kind of funny. I went to a friend of mine's to do her taxes, and she said she had a friend that was coming out of town next week whose tax preparer passed away, and she was stressing out, and can I do out-of-state taxes? And I said, yeah. So she came, and we were just sitting there talking, and she owns a radio station. She loves to interview people, so she's asking me all kinds of questions. And she said, oh, she says, you are so good talking. You make this sound really, really super easy. You really need a radio show. And it's not something I'd ever thought of before, but I'm finding that I'm having a lot of fun with it. A lot of fun. And her thing is, as long as I keep it positive, I don't talk about negative politicians or really bad stuff. I can talk about anything I want. She just doesn't want a lot of negativity on there. But
does it cost you anything for the
production?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't cost me anything. I think they charge $100 a week most of the time. Blog Talk Radio for each station or something like that. I don't know if it's for each hour or how it works, but I don't pay anything because she wanted me to be part of her thing, part of
her network, right?
Oh, that is cool.
Everyone listen in this Saturday.
Awesome.
And Linda, if you're not awake, you can listen later.
Right.
Yeah, it's standard time. If you friend me on Facebook, I always put a link on my personal page as soon as I'm done with the show that links to the show I just did.
Join the ABBO friend Facebook page.
The group.
Not the ABBO. Oh, not their Facebook page. Okay.
The group.
They've got a Facebook group that's private, so that you're not seeing everybody's personal stuff.
Got it.
And I'll post it on there.
Who keeps hollering at me?
Who's hollering at you?
Holler.
Where's Bruce?
Holler at Bruce.
Okay, I've had enough this week. I'm hearing things.
This Google Hangout is on crack, I swear. Everybody's face is literally popping in every second.
I swear I'm gonna have a seizure if it doesn't stop.
We are just about out of time. What are we going to do for this weekend? Bruce, what are you doing for Memorial Weekend?
Oh, I'm going to attempt to finish setting up my Office network.
He's going to become one with his server.
Good luck with
Well,
that.
the thing that's killing me is every little thing that's on the server, you have to give it permission for someone else to use it.
Yeah.
No,
How does that work?
And it's not in just one place. You got to go 500 different places to give permission for the same stupid thing.
Thank you, Microsoft. Yep.
Thanks,
You can tell it, yeah, you can go ahead and use this folder, but then you got to go in and say, yeah, you can use this folder on this machine.
Right. Yep.
Yes, yes.
Exactly why we do not have a server in our office, because the SOBN thing would be out the second-story window. Nancy would have the tractor with the bucket on the front, and it would be in pieces. Did you see me out there with the bucket on my John Deere going, boom, 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 boom?
I can see Max looking up at the second-story window and watching it fall down, running away.
Yeah, he'd be like,
What?
is it a cookie? Go!
Christina, got any plans?
I'll be defrosting the refrigerator and
Oh, that's a good one.
and catching up on some of these tax returns.
Yeah, we do tax returns.
Yeah.
Tax returns?
Hopefully I can squeeze a couple, the beach somewhere in there, but
I tell you, my wife's back from Taiwan.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm quite a shock to my system. I'm actually eating decent food now, so it's no more pizza and ice cream.
For all of us doing tax work, I have to say, everyone I have talked to, this has been the busiest and the craziest year for tax work.
I agree with you. Everyone
I
I've talked
agree,
to says the
Can I
same
tell you
thing.
about this new client I had? It's a guy that's being audited by the IRS. He's got it's a partnership plus a 1040.
Mm-hmm.
He says, well, I've already done the partnerships. You don't need to do those. And so I said, well, can I look at the one? And the first one I looked at, the balance sheet didn't balance.
didn't even balance, yeah.
And the cost of goods
man.
sold section, the inventory was off like $68,000 compared to the balance sheet. So he's probably understated his income by $68,000 for.
Ouch.
And he said the IRS had already looked at it and approved it. I'm thinking, yeah, right. So,
Who's he trying to... sorry.
yeah, so I don't know. It looked like I think he did it in TurboTax.
Oh, okay. Well, that explains a lot.
I was surprised it didn't balance, so that was kind of weird.
He overrode it.
Overrode it.
Plus, he had no equity.
Oh, what's that?
TurboTax has a
Non-recourse loans is something or other, but there was no equity section on his balance sheet. So
Wow.
It's probably been in business for years.
Larry, are you with us? Can you talk?
Talk to the dragon.
Talk to the dragon. Put it in the chat. I'll say. Linda, what are you doing? You're muted. You have to unmute, Linda.
He looks frozen too.
No?
No?
I'm just doing projects around the house.
Okay.
I'll probably take my dogs hiking.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, but just kind of hiking and staying around the house and doing things in the garden and not like Nancy's, but
We know what Nancy's doing this week.
You still have
She's up to her elbows in soil.
Nancy. Do you still
Well,
have snow?
that and I've got to make a 2 pounds of homemade baked beans for a Memorial Day picnic on Sunday.
Nice.
You still have snow?
Oh, shoot you! Bang, bang! If I did, I'd have my bags packed, baby, and I would be heading for God. I don't know, sunny anywhere.
Down to Roxanne's house.
I'd be doing my gardening in containers and saying, "Amen." There's sunshine.
Misha, do you have plans?
No, not really. Gonna try to do some laundry and
Laundry and cleaning out refrigerators.
yeah, my refrigerator had
Man, do
died,
you
so-
guys know how to have fun?
Yeah. I'm just gonna do laundry, bookkeeping. I got a couple tax returns I gotta finish up. That's pretty much it.
I am avoiding my computer and anything that the nagging little voice in the back of my head says, well, you really ought to be doing. I'm going to flip it the bird, and I'm walking out the door.
Can I borrow that bird?
Absolutely. I think it has a twin.
The last 2 weeks of July, I'm not touching anything. No work, nothing. Just the remote.
There you go. There you go.
Oh, and Bruce, if you're serious about coming to Vermont, you better make your reservations because the room at the inn is getting kind of scarce.
Uh-oh. Sounds like summer vacation is happening.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, big time. Big time.
Nice.
I won't be going anywhere, but I'll be taking time off to entertain those who are coming to visit.
Nice.
We'll talk, Nancy.
Sarah?
Yeah. Well, here I'm laughing at you guys, but as we pulled out of the driveway this morning, I thought, man, I could be cleaning out the garage this week.
There you go.
But we're in Atlanta. We're on our way to Chattanooga for the cycling races, for the pro cycling races. So my husband's a course marshal for he's done the tour of California and Utah, and so it's a bunch of his buddies that are working the tour. So.
Oh, that sounds awesome. Take pictures.
And yeah, I've never been to Chattanooga, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Oh, it's a neat little place. It's in the mountains.
Nice.
So we're only about 2 hours away now. So
great.
So I'm gonna hang out with family here and then get back on the highway. And I already missed my dog.
Aww.
We've got people visiting us, so she's got plenty of company. But
well, that's good.
Yeah.
All the sweeter to come home to.
Mm.
Wendy, can you talk? Are you still? Mike?
I think so.
Yeah, I can hear her.
Besides your radio show this weekend, do you have plans?
I am going to be doing some taxes because I still have some cleanup work left to do. I also am putting together a workbook kind of program with a webinar, so I'm going to be doing some recordings this weekend.
Awesome.
So I'm going to learn how to use video and do video recordings.
Wow.
Cool.
Project for the weekend.
So you'll be working all weekend.
Yes,
Gina, what are you doing?
I want to say that I have so much spring cleaning to do like everyone else, but what I'm not going to do, like Nancy, is be attached to the computer. I do have work I can do, but it's on hold this weekend.
right.
Good for you. Good for you. You know, it's. I will tell you, when Ben was really insistent and said to me, you know, you are not working more than 2.5 days every week this year, I was like, what the hell am I going to do with myself? You know, I mean, I have all this stuff. I have all this stuff that I got to do. You know, stuff. And after the long, hard winter, I made up my mind. I needed to be outside. I'm sick and tired of sitting in a chair.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm sick and tired of, you know, looking at essentially not much farther than the end of my nose all day long at a computer screen. And everything is so green outside. I'm like Max. I just want to be out there.
And play.
Yeah, you know, sit on the deck, watch the flowers.
So, absolutely. Everyone, enjoy your weekend. Have a great time.
Stay safe.
Bye.
Hang on a minute if you can, Sarah. Hang on a minute.